Let's take a quick look at creating an InRoads template by importing from graphics. The workflow is I am going to select all the components with my element selection tool that I want to create or use to create that template. So I'm just going through and grabbing the elements in this typical section drawing, and I'm going to activate my InRoads commands out of the taskbar menu here. So I'm going to go into create template, and it will import it into your active template library, so make sure that the one that you want to populate is loaded up. And then I'm going to simply go up to the File and Import Template command. And in this case, it's going to define a default style to all the points and the components that get imported. Now we'll have to revisit it after we import it to give it the correct symbology after the fact, so we're just going to assign default right now. And you can define the template with end conditions or cut and fill slopes, just the backbone of the template, or end conditions if that's what you choose to. But in this case we have a template with end conditions. What you're seeing back here is just a preview of the active template up here. It's not the one I'm importing, but as soon as I select apply, if I watch my prompts in the bottom left, it's prompting me to select the origin of the template, so the 0, 0 point, and also the left hinge point and the right hinge point. Now that I've done that, it's been imported. You can see the graphics are imported. I can change the distortion ratio in this drawing so it doesn't look quite so bad. But if I start looking at the components that have been imported, I can hover over these. I see they just have names, 1, 2, 3, it incrementally named them. That's all controlled under Tools and Options. As far as the left and right naming prefixes, if I display the point names, you can see how that works. So we would need to revisit these points and these components to go through and define the style that should go with it. In this case, this might be a design and hot mix asphalt pavement, and the name I would want to give it. Description and everything else. So we would have to work our way through the template. We'd also have to do the same thing for the constraints. We would have to look at it, see if it is drawn correctly as far as the horizontal and the vertical offsets and what the parent points are and the names. And we would also have to look at the slopes on these components. This one happened, well, they all import with a horizontal and vertical constraint. If I want that to be a slope constraint, I can simply change that. I check it. It is the correct slope, but I do want that particular end condition to be infinite. I do want that 4 to 1 to intercept with the target. So there's a fair amount of editing that has to be done, but you do get the basic geometry in if it's drawn reasonably accurate. Then we can go ahead and test that template, see how it behaves when it comes in. So that is a quick overview on importing that template. And one other quick thing, you always get a new template, so you're going to have to rename it. I'm simply going to call this one sample and put it into the folder in your template library you choose to store it in. That is a quick overview of importing the template from graphics.